Schedule is the Pro-4 Modifieds. They will go 25 laps, and here's the way they'll start. Starting on the pole, driving the 1M, it's the Dennis Auto Sales Trailer of England, Paul Roush Race Engines. That is Norm Wren. Outside of him, driving the number 94, that is Mike Wooden. Daigle's Welding sponsors that car. Inside row number 2 will be the 9 VT, that is J.R. Gorman. Outside of him, driving the 45, that is Nicholas Cedrone. Going off from the 5th starting spot will be the number 60, Highway Recovery, Armasa Salvage. They're the sponsors of Andy Major. To outside of him, driving the number 4, a man who needs no introduction here at the Waterford Speedbowl, it's the number 4, it is Bob Potter. Next on our field, in the 7th starting spot is the 20, it is Jason Hero. J&J Materials Corporation, Craze Korlacki Speed are the sponsors of that machine. In the 8th starting spot will be the 27, that is John Studley. WKR Whiz Kids Racing sponsor that car. 9th on our field is the number 97, that is Frank Hurt. Then we have the 13, that is George Sherman. GQ's Billard, LoJack, and Station Road Auto Body are the sponsors.
Then on the 11th starting position, we'll check out car number 00. That is Dave Riccardi. And stationed next to him, the 10 of Matt Sager. Into the 13th position, one of the veterans in the familiar 11A, Dan Meservey. And stationed next to him, a guy who has driven before in the SK Modifieds and also in the late models, in 01, Adam Norton. Then it is the man who won the first time we were here at the Speedbowl, back on the first weekend in April, Steve Harrow. And next door to him will be Rodney Lyons in car number 70. The 81 of Bob Bersansky will start 17th. And then one of the all-time veterans, whether it's trucks, whether it's pro stocks, or whether it's Pro-4 Modifieds, from Danbury, Connecticut, in car number 49, it's Joe LeMay. Then the 12 car, driven by Rob Bacardi Jr., and then Mark Giordano. And car number 34 will round out our very full field of Pro-4 Modifieds, 20
Modified field.
He never retired, he just took a sabbatical. Right now, we're ready to get wild. Green is out, here's Dave.
It is Norm Wren. He gets the early jump on the 9 of J.R. Gorman, and falling in that 2nd spot, that will be
Nick Carbone, and car number 45 is maneuvered into 2nd. Gorman trying to hang on to 3rd, but it's not going to be easy because nipping at his heels is the 60 of Andy Major. And then the 20 car of Jason Harrow has started to make his presence felt.
And that 45 of Nick Cedrone has caught up to our leader, Nick Wren, as they go into turn number 3. He'll give it a little bit of a look on the inside, fall right back as Wren leads him to the stripe.
Norm Wren got off to such a strong start, but it hasn't taken Nick Cedrone long to eat away at that gap. Best battle for 3rd and 4th, and just mesmerizing his way past Gorman on the outside is the 60 car of Andy Major. So a major move for Andy to move into the top 3.
Major seems to have that car hooked up as he's going to try to make another outside move on the 2nd place runner. That is Nick Cedrone as they go down the backstretch. Now here comes Steve Hero. He's gotten around that J.R. Gorman machine for the 4th spot, and Major gives it a little bit of a try for that 2nd spot.
A little caffeine twitch for Bob Potter that time as he came off the 4th corner, and that might hurt him, might make him lose a position. Meanwhile, it is the 1 car of Storm and Norman Wren. A couple of laps ago, he looked vulnerable, Dave, but now he started to pull away from Major, and it is fun to watch how efficient these Pro-4 Modifieds are on the outside groove as the 10 car calls it a night. That's Matt Sager.
As now Major has closed that gap that Matt spoke about. He is right on the back bumper of Norm Wren as they cross the stripe and work their way into 1. It is Major right there all over the back bumper of Wren as they go down the backstretch.
But Norman Wren is not giving him any daylight at all on the bottom. So the classic example of hugging the white line being done by Norm Wren as the goal comes out. 2 cars stuck in the middle of the
2nd spot. The green is out. Norm Wren gets that jump that he was looking for off Andy Major, and he will lead him down into turn 1.
So Major falls back as the green stays out, and the 1 of Wren stays in the lead, but it didn't take long for Andy Major to be glued to his back bumper.
Major again begins the attack on Norm Wren. He looks to the inside. Wren is able to give him just a little bit of running room, but he is not able to get that pass worked on that inside line.
as Norm Wren able to barricade the bottom groove in between turns 1 and 2. Now moving up quickly on the outside, becoming a factor, is the 20 car of Jason Harrow. Remember, he started all the way back in 15th, and he has become a top 7 car.
Leading the way is the 1, that is Norm Wren. Then we have the 60, Andy Major, the 45 of Nick Cedrone, the 97, that is Frank Hurt, and then we have the 00, that is Dave Riccardi in the 5th spot.
So Frank Hurt has not been heard from, and there's a power move by Andy Major to take over the lead as he just whizzed by the 1 car spins in the middle of turns 3 and 4, bringing out the yellow. 16 laps to go. Wren takes the lead. Moving into second is Nick Cedrone, but will it be temporary?
It is Andy Major on the outside getting a run on Cedrone as they go down the backstretch. Cedrone has that 2nd spot. Major continues to try to work that outside line as they come off turn 4.
Cedrone looked tough for a while, but here comes Major. And following his tire tracks on the outside is Frank Hurt in 97. So the man stronger than dirt, Frank Hurt, has moved up to the number 3 position.
And hoping for a clean run this time is the 60 of Major now as he is back on the back bumper of our leader, the 1 of Norm Wren as they go into turn number 1.
Norm Wren is faded all the way back to 4th leader, or Norm Wren holding on to the top spot, as Major continues to pester his back bumper. The 01, remember that car had to go in the paddock not too long ago, and it's Adam Norton. So what a recovery for him as he is trying to jackknife his way underneath Hurt. He's able to complete the mission, and now he's ready to strike against Andy Major for 2nd place.
That lead position is beginning to become very crowded. It is the 60 of Major, the 01 of North, and the 97 of Hurt, all battling for the lead of the number 1 of Norm Wren.
The top 4 cars can fit inside a shot glass. The big shot at the front of the field is Wren. Here comes Major, down low. Doesn't have enough bite to complete the move, and he almost gave up 2nd to the 01 of Norton.
Wren is still holding on to the lead as Major looks to regroup and get another shot as they come off turn number 2. He'll look to the inside this time, pulls even with our leader, and looks to get that spot as they go into turn 1.
Exploding into the lead is Andy Major. Norm Wren is going to drop all the way back to 4th place, and now it will be up to Adam Norton. Remember, we saw him limp into the paddock earlier with steam coming out from the rear of the car. Now the only steam is yellow comes out. Restart. This time it belongs to Andy Major, but he's got company in the promised land, the 97 of Frank Hurt.
Hurt sets out sail on the backstretch for that 2nd spot. Running in 3rd now is the 01, that is Adam Norton. Norton now gets a little bit of a run on the inside, but Hurt is able to hold him off as they come off turn number 4.
Norton in trouble, sideways, splashes into the puddle. Sherman able to avoid him, and so is Bob Potter. As a wild ride for Adam Norton. So the roller coaster ride for Adam lands on the ground floor as he spins coming off the 4th corner. And a kind of a wild ride for George Sherman, and we hope Bob Potter will be okay in car number 4.
That's the words from Rob Lyons as we're set to get back under action, guys.
Doing his job is Andy Major, getting the upper hand again on Frank Hurt as the cars drift up high in turn number 2, but no damage done.
It is Major leading the way. Frank Hurt sits in the 2nd spot. In 3rd is the 27 machine. Then we have the 11 of Dan Maservi, and on the inside of him is the 13 of George Sherman.
We haven't said his name too many more times tonight, but because of all the cautions, Dan Maservi in car number 11A has been able to invade 4th place. Right behind him, Adam Norton. This kid does not take surrender for an answer. He is back among the top 5.
And still leading the way with about a 5-car length lead will be the 60, that is Andy Major. In 2nd, the 97 of Frank Hurt. 3rd will be the 27 of John Studley. 4th, the 11 of Maservi. And on his back bumper, the 01 of Adam Norton.
So the action area on the track right now is a battle for 3rd. Here comes Dan Maservi. A lap car might have slowed him down a little bit, and Frank Hurt, as he had to, not a lap car, but the 2nd place car, kind of cost Maservi some momentum, and it cost him a shot at 3rd.
This time by, there will be just 3 laps left in tonight's Pro-4 feature. The 60 of Andy Major leads the way. Frank Hurt has regained that momentum that he had lost earlier. He'll roll in the 2nd spot. We still have the 27 of John Studley in third. Then the 11 of Maservi, who now makes a move on that third spot as Studley is locked to the inside. This time by, Major will get the popsicle sticks. 2 laps left. Hurt still continues to run in the second spot. Maservi and Studley battle for the third spot, and on their back bumper now, here comes the 0-1 of Adam Norton as Major takes the white flag. The battle still raging for that third spot. Maservi gets it, he will run third. In fourth now is the 0-1 of Adam Norton, and fifth is Studley. But coming along off turn number 4 will be the number 60, and taking home the win in tonight's Pro-4 modified feature, it is Andy Major. And then we will have the 97 of Frank Hurt.
And now let's go over and talk to our winner in car number 60. Here is Andy Major. Well, Andy, it looked like all you needed was some green flag laps, and you were the class of the field tonight.
Yeah, we worked out when to get this car here. At the beginning of the race, it takes a little while for this thing to come in. We're going to do 5-6 laps, and it was perfect for us. We couldn't have a better car. It's going to thank Ricky Mossy Salvage out of Worcester. Helps us out a lot. Highway recovery. Thank Blackie for putting this on for us tonight. And the fans, thank you guys.
And a great run on the outside and on the inside. He did it all tonight. Andy Major in car number 60. So that's the story tonight from the start-finish line.